Gotta fix this. Hey. Damn, I missed 420, man. Missed 420, bruh.
I guess I won't have to resize the screen.
Alright. Cool. Yo, I believe we got a raid. Shoutouts to the raid and whoever did that.
Yeah, shoutouts to the raid.
So this game is interesting. I've recently found a bunch of little time saves that make the run much more difficult. So shoutouts to that. It's a little difficult to talk and play this game, honestly. First thing you notice that I turned off the sound. The reason I'm doing that reason I did that is because I found a big skip that happens in the end of the run. By turning off the dialogue, we just cut a cutscene. Saves about 20 seconds every single time. So timing is going to start at the end of this the end of the screen transition. So you're going to see the loading in the corner there. That's going to disappear, and the screen is going to load out. So.
I think I got it right. Like.
Alright, so timing is gonna start now. So what I'm doing here, and this is any percent, what I'm doing is setting up a warp that's developer intended, wasn't discovered for years later. So episode 1 here, I'm gonna have to kill all the enemies. And initially, about a year ago in the old route, you would kind of just go through this one section all in one bit, but I started off running warpless actually, which utilizes the skip, and I said, hey, if we have to go down this way anyways, why don't we just do that first instead of having to backtrack extra extra. It ended up being a little bit faster to just do this. So I'm trying to just kill everybody real fast. As you saw, I jumped down there. There's actually just enough height or whatever on the lampposts. That sucks. It's just enough height on the lamppost to clear it and not die. That was pretty unfortunate. That doesn't usually happen. It's no big deal. Probably not going to PB because my PB is really good, so it's not like heartbreaking per se. So like, I'm not 100% sure how this completely works, but I think the game works on like an internal cycle, and you want to kill everything pretty much as fast as possible so you get the earliest cycle. On the older PlayStations, this game suffers a lot from lag as well, so kind of just out of luck there, but I will try to do certain things that will help me reduce lag, like killing certain enemies and stuff. Trying to just utilize the rockets and very specific spots here. The rockets also, the way it seems, or from what I've come to believe and seen, certain spawns, like the faster enemies die or like just are off screen, the faster other things will spawn. So using the rockets is good on that alien there because it causes him to completely disintegrate. You don't have to wait. Where like as if you were to just blast him, you'd kind of like fall back and has a little animation. It's coming up towards the end of episode 1 here. And also the awesome jetpack that you see now. It's a little safety that I like to do. Just grab that health on the way back. Try to prevent dying in this next stage. So you can get whomped on in the next 2 levels if RNG is not permitting. So by completing this first level 100%, or by killing all the enemies anyways, because there are like the babes to rescue, but it's not necessary for the warp, so that sets up the first part of the warp sequence. So similarly, oh, and I got it first try. Alright, so that window is extremely tight. Like, I think the fall is like near pixel perfect, but I came up with like a kind of decent visual cue, and the strat just looks boss as hell, so I like to do that. Normally what we would do is fall in the lamp at the bottom, but I decided that, you know, it doesn't roll deep enough, so using a little visual cue on Blasto's hands, I just hold back there and I can hit that tiny wall. So by watching the alien run to the bathroom there, it opens up this portal, or it makes this portal much closer, which we can always see, but it's not accessible without doing that. So we are now on the third part of the warp. That warps us to episode 5. Woo! That was really close. So these platforms definitely are like somehow cycle based. I think it's just a cycle that runs throughout the entire game, so from when you start the file. And getting the earliest cycles possible is just pretty much pure luck. There's no way to actually consistently do it. So we got these ants kidnap this babe, and they're bringing her to the voodoo witch doctor because I guess that's what they do. What the voodoo witch doctor is going to be doing is turning her into a chicken. And we're going to allow it to happen because without allowing it to happen, you know, we can't break the game and cheat, essentially. So, kind of, I just use this little notch on the wall there as like a visual cue of like where it's safe to stand back. And you can know when it's good to go because that little health bar on the top appears. You can run off, do this warp. Another thing I recently discovered is by holding an input when you're entering a loading zone for beating a level, such as I did right there by holding left, it will put Blasto in that position, so I hold left so that he's facing essentially straight, and then I can just hold upright, and he will be headed in the right direction, because you don't want to be looking at the middle there, otherwise you'll trigger a fight with Dark Blasto, and Dark Blasto is like indestructible. So there's a little clip. There's no real setup, you just kind of have to sidestep along the door, and sidestepping completely breaks this game, and sometimes Blasto will just clip through anything. So we got a really nice skip. It's very fast. Going for it. Alright. This is just basically a lot of pretty difficult platforming. And then we have the final boss fight, which is purely RNG. This would actually be PB pace if I didn't take that def, I think. This run's going pretty good so far. So you just want to try to navigate those platforms as fast as possible. This is a very good section so far. Definitely still set sub 10 pace. But of course anything can happen on this final boss fight here. So this is the cutscene that normally plays, but by turning off the sound, we just boss comes up. He would normally say something and then summon his evil robot, but he just kind of goes back down immediately when his robot comes up. It saves about like 20 seconds. It's a pretty sweet find. Definitely the biggest improvement figured out. So, by using these power-ups, we can double tap the fire button, and it actually releases these like bombs, which deal a lot of damage. So, I'm trying to just get as much damage on this guy as fast as possible. And when his second phase comes out, we can actually hit him like twice. It's all RNG, so. And if we're really lucky, unfortunately, this guy just gives us all types of patterns. No way to really predict it. If we're really lucky, he'll run in front of us like he's sort of doing, and we can get hits on him on the way to this nuke, which fortunately we didn't. But hopefully we get a good quick kill. The nuke, you actually don't even need to really hit him. Fire it off and it does damage throughout the entire room. So ideally you want to get more direct hits, but now we need power when the direct hits are going to matter. So hopefully he doesn't keep doing this. He's being a huge dick right now. Alright, so time is going to end once my blast basically goes off. Last input time. So, through the sub 10 at the end there, but still decent time. And that's Blasto. Fun game, I definitely recommend. You guys should pick it up, and don't forget to donate. And let's hear RPG do that freestyle, because it's gonna be fire, I promise. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for having me.